Warning, I am on a journey to handicap home runs in Major League Baseball. I'm not claiming to be sharp. I'm not claiming to have an edge. I bet based on 3 Ps, pitcher, park, and price. We probably won't win long term. This is for entertainment and education. If you like the video, like the video. There's no added vig for clicking that thumb. I love you all. Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. And I'm a little discouraged. I won't lie to you all, a little defeated. We can have an 8.8 unit day to the positive, and then, the joy of that does not feel as good as the pain of losing 3.93 units yesterday. Even though we're up 7.4 units on the year, even though we're doing well, the last 2 days have been very disheartening. Ballpark Pal actually tweeted out today about the home run totals, basically implying that it has been brutal. So I'm going to try to stay the course, realize the weather's not great, realize a lot of parks across the country are windy and sub 40 degrees, which is not conducive to home runs. So I scaled it back today, truly this time. I truly scaled it back today. And yesterday was not great. As you can see, almost a 4-unit total loss day. Corey Seager, Tyler Soderstrom, and Lawrence Butler all hit home runs, 2 of which were in Colorado, 1 of which was in a dome. I did not hit any picks outside of Colorado in a dome. I think he posted the statistic. I can't remember what it was, but I want to say outside of Colorado, LA, and domes, there was only 1 home run hit, one or 2. I don't know. It was a crazy statistic, and it made me go, yeah, of course that happened. So we're going to move on. We're going to look at today's slate, and guys, it's not good. That blue sort of diagram that you see means it's chilly. It's chilly everywhere. Now, there's some places where wind is helping. There's some places where it's hurting. There's some places where pressure and humidity is high, which could help. I'm not optimistic. And so because of that, I only have this many plays today. We're going to heavily focus on this game in LA and Baltimore. I think this is the game, even though it says minus 21%, I think this is the game that is best suited for home runs. So I have Henderson, Rutschman, O'Hearn, Mullins, and Holiday on Baltimore's side. Zach Gallen is pitching, and he didn't look amazing in his first outing against the Yankees. I think Baltimore has bats that can get it going, and so I'm going to take all of those Baltimore guys. Again, if one of those guys hits, we are positive. For Arizona, the other side of the ball, Corbin Carroll, Pavin Smith, and Josh Naylor. You can call that chasing. You can call that their due. You can call that what I typically have been betting for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going back to it. They've been on the road. They get a return home. Let's hope that's good for them. Game in Oakland, game with the A's, new field, and it was really conducive to home runs in their series against the Cubs. I want to say something like 8 to 10 home runs hit in that series. So we're going to load up some guys from that as well. We're going to go with Jackson Merrill at 5-1, Jake Cronenworth, Gavin Sheets, and Jason Hayward. I'm not taking any athletics. I think Michael King is going to do a good job of putting them away. So I do not like any athletics in this one. We're just going to stick to Padres. Game in Pittsburgh, 2 guys. We're going to go with Andrew McCutchen and Key Brian Hayes. Both good odds on them, 680 and 830. I'm not touching anybody on St. Louis. They traveled last night. The bats didn't look great last night. I guess they put up 7 runs. But late night last night, cold, traveling to Pittsburgh, cold. I'm just kind of staying off. Plus Pittsburgh's pitcher's not great today, but I'm staying off regardless. Game in Detroit, we have the Yankees, and we have Detroit. I'm going with Justin Henry, Mallory, Spencer Torkelson, Javier Baez, and Jake Rogers. I think Carlos Rodon is gettable. I've said that every time. I will say that every time. I don't like Rodon pitching for the Yankees. I think he is a hard contact guy, especially when he doesn't bring his best stuff. He can really get shelled. I realize this is minus 17, winds blowing out. Should be helpful to right-handed batters, so we're going to lock in some righties. Game in San Francisco, I am skipping. Cincinnati just has not given me any hope offensively this year. And San Francisco, the park is tough, so I'm laying off there. Game in Boston, I think we saw 2 or 3 home runs last night, but worse conditions today. Not optimistic about any Toronto bats, so skipping that. Minnesota, Kansas City, hard park, cold weather, skipping that. LA and Washington was one that I kind of teetered around with. I questioned if I could get to some of these guys, but after what we saw yesterday and what we see when it has been chilly across the slate, I think it's better off to just lay off that game completely. Seattle and Houston was another tricky one because the conditions are okay, but I couldn't find anybody. outside of Luke Raley and Rowdy Tellez. So those are going to be my only 2 plays in that game. No Houston bats. Of course, Alvarez tempts me, but he's like 320 at the best book. So at that price, not interested. So Rowdy Tellez for the Mariners and Luke Raley for the Mariners, 700 and 480. And then I'm skipping the game in New York, Mets and Miami. I don't think Miami's got any pop enough to overcome these conditions. So we're skipping that. And then the game in Wrigley, brutal winds coming in, good pitching as well. So skipping that. So a lot of skips today. A couple questions I've received, one of which is, should we be betting no home runs in the game that you are skipping? So FanDuel has a market, and they only release it a few hours before the game, so it's likely if you go look on these games, you won't see it. But if you go to their popular tab and you scroll down, there is a market called to hit the first home run. There is always a selection of no first home run hit, and it's usually between plus 300, plus 500, even on some of these brutal games. And I have had bad success. I've had no success betting these. I've hit maybe 1 out of the 7 I've played, and the 3 out of the 7 I played made it 7 innings, and then 1 guy hits a home run, and then that's it. So you get 1 home run late, which busts you, and there's nothing more tilting. Like yesterday, Houston game, Houston, Minnesota, I believe. Houston was down 5-7 at the top of the 9th, and Alvarez hit one at the top of the 9th. That busted me there. 2 days in a row, I think Bobby Witt Jr. has hit one, which busted me in Kansas City. Wrigley has had 1 home. Maldonado hit one in Wrigley. His odds to hit one are probably 14-1. He's the one guy who busts it. So I'm still trying to figure it out. I think there's value in it in some places, but all it takes is 1 stupid swing of the bat to cook your bet. And so you could last 9.5 innings. You can last 9 and 2/3 innings. And then all of a sudden, or 8 and 2/3 innings, and all of a sudden, 1 swing in 1 inning, you're done. So it's tilting. It's really tilting. But other than that, the plays today are as follows. Good luck if you're tailing any of these. I'm excited for warmer weather, so I'm kind of scaling it back again until we can get some more optimistic park conditions. But let's hope to hit 3 today. If we can get 3 from this list, we profit. And I need a positive day, or at least a neutral day. Let's do it. Good luck if you are tailing. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to make a video very soon about kind of my process, so stay tuned for that as well. It should be live by about noon. Love you guys.